Hello. Welcome back to kind of a follow-up video to the how to make universe mode fun again. Not a video that should need made, but this mode has just taken a dive year after year after year. Um, just following up on that and talking about match tables in this video. So I went through and created a realistic match table based off of uh, Raw and SmackDown's 2022 calendar year. So let's just go ahead and look at that. So I have three universe modes going right now. My first one is a universe mode where I'm taking my created wrestler and I'm only playing his matches that are auto booked, and I've made it all the way to November. I just won the WWE Championship. I'll talk about that more later. My second one is a universe mode that I'm thinking I'm going to play through every match of Raw and SmackDown every week, so that'll be a much slower kind of grind. But I wanted to see how every match plays out. And then my third one is kind of my copy that I created, just in case I want to start over, and I could just copy this over one of those two previous save files. So I've seen the comments on the first one, and y'all are dedicated. There's guys setting up 100 rosters in their own universe mode. There's guys that are setting up their own universe mode that doesn't even have any WWE shows or arenas or wrestlers. It's all created content. I've seen guys that are adjusting every superstar's overall rating. Y'all are really dedicated, and again, I feel ya. I want this mode to be fun, and I'm like, whatever it takes, but I'm not trying to put in that much work. It should just be fun out of the box, you know? So, but make copies. Make copies. Even if you're only doing one universe mode, copy it over your other two, just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. You could play it and you could start playing it, or you could get to a point and you're like, this kind of sucks. I messed up here or there, or I wish I could go back and kind of change some things. So trust me, make copies of your universe modes. So let's just go to match tables. So again, this is a realistic match table. I wouldn't say this is the most fun match table, but it's definitely going to be a lot more diverse. And if you're trying to replicate and have it auto book kind of based off the real product, this is your match table. So you can see here, one-on-one normal, 64%, and then I put it as a limit of 8. Um, what I did was I was a total dork, and I went through every Raw and SmackDown for the calendar year 2022 and kind of recorded, is it a one-on-one? And so I limited it at 8 because that was the max amount of one-on-one matches they had on a Monday Night Raw. But also, again, for the people that want it to be realistic, but yeah, like there's gonna be at least kind of like one tag team or one kind of other special stipulation match in there. It's not all gonna be one-on-ones the whole night. So again, yeah, like if you're having a 9 match Raw, make 8 your limit there, so you can have at least one other kind of special match. 2-on-2 tag team, 20%. 3, and yeah, here's this match table. You can pause it and kind of replicate it if you want. 2-on-2 fatal 4-way 6-man tag, that is the 3v3 tag. You have your triple threat 8-man tag, which is a 4v4 handicap 1-on-2 tag, 6-man triple threat tornado, 2-on-2 tornado steel cage 5-man 8-man battle royale. They did one of those in 2022. 6-man normal, no holds barred, because you got to get that no holds barred, no DQ match in there. An 8-man 4-way tornado tag, 2-on-2 extreme rules. They didn't have like a 2-on-2 no holds barred, so that's pretty much what that is a no DQ and a 1-on-1 ladder. Again, I know these are all 1% and a 1 limit, but to get a realistic Raw where you're going to have a lot of one-on-ones and tag teams, but you might have one special kind of match where it's a six-man tag or steel cage. 1% is guaranteed to usually get you one or two on a 9-match Raw. We'll get you one or two special matches here. So that's my match table. If you want to make this more fun, just go through and kind of add match types that you would like to play, especially if you're going to be playing every match. Feel free to turn that one-on-one normal down or set the limit lower to have more special matches. Because I feel you, like if you're playing every match on every Raw and SmackDown, it might get a little boring doing a lot of one-on-ones and two-on-twos. Yeah, you're gonna want some more diversity. So and then even in this match table, there's some that I actually don't really like this 8-man tag. I'm not a fan of 4v4 tags. And even 6-man can be rough. They do a lot of 6-mans in real life, but it's rough to play in the game because guys are always jumping in and breaking up pins or submissions, and those matches can go on forever. And even like fatal 4-way, okay, triple threat, yeah, those are fun. But when you're getting into like 5-man or 6-man, like that's a lot, man. So again, feel free to kind of add match types that aren't in here. Again, to recap, if you didn't watch the first video, the main event button on the right side over here and the championship buttons don't work. The main event button just moves around, and you can't really assign a percentage. I kind of wish this did work because you'll get steel cage matches that are like the second match on your card, and you're like, well, it's probably going to be the main event. Like I would want a big match like that to be my main event. And then the championship button's broken. If you select just a championship for a match that has a limit of 1 and a 1% chance, for some reason on every show, like all the titles will get defended. I don't know why. Even the tag team titles, I don't know why that button's broken. I wish you could set it like there's a 1% chance that the main event is for a championship, and it's going to be the main event. But yeah, those are broken. And then the rivalry match tables, again, I do not recommend doing rivalries at all. I recommend turning auto rivalries off and then just not using the system at all, because you'll just have the same 2 people fighting every single week. If you do want to do that, I guess you could come in here and diversify it a little bit. But again, you're only going to have 5 match types here, so you're going to have one-on-one, and then like one-on-one no holds barred, one-on-one steel cage. But what percentages you even would give to those to make it so you're not having all these rivalry matches with special stipulations every week. I don't really know what you would want to do percentage wise there. But feel free. But again, I don't recommend, if you're trying to have fun in this mode, I do not recommend the rivalry system at all. So that's the Raw match table based on the 2022 Raws, the Monday Night Raws they had. So I'll jump over to SmackDown now. And this is the SmackDown match table, which is very similar, but you'll see like I have a one-on-one submission down here. Like they had a couple submission matches throughout the year, and then my 6-man tag is at 2% because they freaking love those. Here my limit's 9. Again, you could bump that down to 8 if you don't want the possibility of a SmackDown where all your matches are one-on-one normal. I don't think it would happen even with your limit at 9, just based on these other percentages. Like you should at least get some tag teams, at least 1 or 2, and then maybe 1 or 2 special stipulations here. But yeah, here's this match table for SmackDown. If you want to replicate that, if you want a realistic match table for what happened in WWE versus during the 2022 calendar year for SmackDown. So yeah, again, very similar. And this one actually has 2-on-2 table tag. I like that. But again, if you're not a fan of some of these, if you don't want to either, if you like just simulating, kind of watching the AI wrestle, like if it's an 8-man tag team match, that match might not ever end. It might go on for hours until somebody like magically gets a pinfall or it glitches out or something. Like those take forever. Even the 8-man 4-way tornado tags, those can be rough to play as well. I like a good battle royale, so I'm happy to see that one in there. But again, just go through and add stuff, add it at 1% in a limit of one, and it'll diversify your Raws and SmackDowns. And again, it won't overload your Raw and SmackDown with specialty stipulation matches, but it'll give you one or two, which for me is enough diversity, especially if I'm just simulating and playing as my one superstar. But even if you're playing every match, that's a good way to go. While we're here, let's talk about the calendar year, the pay-per-views that I have set up. I kind of talked about last time how their calendar sucks and the way they set up pay-per-view sucks, and also uh, the glitch or the error that they made where your Royal Rumble winners will fight the champions at the very next pay-per-view instead of WrestleMania. So if Elimination Chamber's in there, then your Royal Rumble winners are going to fight for the titles at Elimination Chamber instead of WrestleMania, which is dumb. And if you have auto rivalries off, it's still going to make a rivalry between the Rumble winners and the champions. So for May, I start out with Hell in a Cell here, um, which is a fun pay per view to start off on, um, just to have that specialty match type on there. Then I go Money in the Bank in June. It's good to get the Money in the Banks out there in your universe mode. And I saw a comment where somebody said they had their AI post match cash in at I think 4, and they said their AI actually cashed in automatically, which I haven't seen happen yet. But hey, good for you, man. I might try that because I like the randomness of it. So I want the AI to cash in, but I want it to be like a post match after like an Extreme Rules match. I want them to cash in. I want them to do the pre match cash in where I'm gonna face you in the main event tonight for the title, which they'll do if you leave that one up, and even the mid match cash in. I guess you could leave that one up too. That would be pretty exciting. But I definitely like the post match cash in. So Money in the Bank in June, SummerSlam in July, Clash at the Castle in August, September Extreme Rules, and then October. This is where I stuck Elimination Chamber because if you looked at the calendar year that this universe mode is kind of simulating, this was, I think, Crown Jewel that year or something. So I just took Elimination Chamber from February, moved it back here again because of that Royal Rumble glitch where they would fight for the titles at Elimination Chamber. So I just moved it back here, and then November is War Games. December, I just moved day one to the end of December. Your Royal Rumble in January, and I just leave February blank so that your Royal Rumble winners can, I guess, have their rivalry and build to WrestleMania. And then I end the universe calendar year with Backlash, and then it goes all the way back to Hell in a Cell. So that's what I do for the calendar year, and then again, depending on my play style, I will play with the pay-per-view match tables. But for the most part, I like to leave them default. They have pretty good match tables for these that are going to mix in, no holds barred, triple threat normal. I would actually probably limit this to one here. I don't know why it's unlimited. But there's a 2-on-2 Hell in a Cell, 1-on-1 Hell in a Cell. So the pay-per-view match tables are actually kind of fun, and they do a pretty good job at them. You might want to look them over because there's some pay-per-views where there's a couple like there's a limit of 2 6-man tag team matches, so you might want to turn that down to 1. It might be day 1. There's a pay-per-view where there's like no tag team matches, and so then your tag titles, this one, your tag titles aren't going to get defended here. So I would change that 1-on-1 normal just to 2-on-2 normal or something. So I would review them. If you're looking to play like every match, definitely I would kind of roll with the default. But what I did for my universe mode where I'm just taking my created superstar and only playing his matches is I went through these gimmick pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank, Extreme Rules, Elimination Chamber. I went through and I changed the tables to be all Hell in a Cell for this. So I went through and I changed this to one-on-one Hell in a Cell, one-on-one Hell in a Cell, triple threat Hell in a Cell, two-on-two Hell in a Cell, because I wanted every match on the card to be Hell in a Cell. I'm like, that's how I want it, man. So I did that. This one I made them all ladder matches. I left SummerSlam alone, Clash at the Castle. I made all these Extreme Rules, but again, the default match table isn't terrible. You're still going to have, a ladder, a falls count anywhere, Extreme Rules tag on this. So, and then yeah, this is one where you probably want to make 6-man tag team a limit of 1 because I don't want that going unlimited and having like 4 or 5 on this pay-per-view. So yeah, did that there. Elimination Chamber, I did like all my matches were Elimination Chambers, and I put the number of matches as the number of titles, which is like 6 singles titles. You can't do the tag team Elimination Chambers, but you can have every match at your Elimination Chamber pay-per-view be an Elimination Chamber match and be for a title, which was pretty cool. Don't mess with the War Games match table. It broke my game. I tried turning this down to like 1 match, or I tried making them all War Games matches, and it actually kind of broke my universe mode. So I don't recommend touching that match table at all. Yeah, Royal Rumble's fine. You might want to turn down the number of matches there, because you're doing 2 Royal Rumbles. WrestleMania match table. Again, you can add stuff to that if you want to spice up your WrestleMania a little bit more. But the default one, it's not terrible. You still have your 8-man 4-way tornado tags, and you got a no holds barred in there and a falls count anywhere. And then Backlash, I think that match table is pretty boring, but that pay-per-view is pretty boring. So that's kind of the standard universe mode, and that's my calendar year. And just for an example, so in this universe mode, I have one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. There's a 2-on-2. So I have a triple threat in here, which, okay, cool. There's a unique match type that popped up. 2-on-2, one-on-one, one-on-one, and one-on-one. And so this one, I didn't simulate forward at all either, so that could be affecting my match table. When you redo your roster and match table and everything, your first Monday Night Raw is probably going to be a wash because you can't have it like rebook for you unless you're going to move matches yourself and manually adjust it. You might just want to simulate to the first SmackDown and see how it plays out. So I'll take you to my other 2 universe modes and just show you kind of what it looks like there. So this is my second file. This is the one I said I would probably play every match on the card here. So going off of those same match tables, 2-on-2, 2-on-2, one-on-one, one-on-one, and then my main event, somehow they actually booked a good main event, is a one-on-one steel cage with Ray and Edge. So there you go. You're getting a steel cage in there. And then with this one, I did the average number of matches for Raw and SmackDown. So in 2022, the average number of matches on a Monday Night Raw was 7. So yeah, you bring it down from 9, but you still got like your 3-hour show there a little bit. And then SmackDown, the average number of matches was 5. So it makes it a lot easier to get through SmackDowns, not playing 9 matches. And then it's realistic, makes a lot more sense for like a 2-hour show compared to 3 hours. So yeah, in this universe mode, I did that. And then I also looked up these pay-per-views and I changed the number of matches to how many matches they actually had at the pay-per-view as well. Again, if you want a realistic kind of universe mode based off of those, and if you're going to be playing every single match and you don't want it to be a total grind to get through everything, usually the number of matches on the pay-per-view was lower than what is automatically in here, which makes it a lot easier to play. And then we'll look at my main universe mode that I've been playing through a lot, where I'm just taking my creative wrestler through. And so here, there's my guy, Sean Anthony. He's in the first match of the night, one-on-one normal. You have a 2-on-2, 2-on-2. there's a unique triple threat, one-on-one, 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 and a six-man tag for the main event. So again, this match table is a realistic look, and it's only giving you 1 to 2 kind of unique different matches on a Raw and SmackDown. You're still going to have a lot of one-on-ones and a lot of two-on-two tag teams. Again, if you're trying to get those down, either change the limit you're doing, or change the percentages around, or just lower the number of matches you're doing on Raw and SmackDown. Um, so and again here, I didn't touch the War Games match table. Day one I didn't touch, but this is the one where I touched up like the Elimination Chamber match table and the Hell in a Cell and Extreme Rules, which turned out to be a lot more fun because as I was taking my guy through this universe mode, he didn't have any unique matches on SmackDown on his United States title come up and run. I was just having one-on-one matches, but I had some cool rivalry actions in there, which made it fun. And then he just kind of randomly got a title match against Austin Theory at Clash at the Castle, which I won. And then the next pay-per-view was Extreme Rules after that. So again, changing that match table at Extreme Rules, every match was Extreme Rules. So my U.S. title defense match got to be Extreme Rules, which I had a lot of fun with. But of course, I'm fighting the AI, so I'm trying to do all these crazy spots and keep the match going for as long as possible, and seeing how much I can do. And the AI just pins me randomly, like when we're both full body red, you know. So I lost at that point, which is then when I switched over to Raw, and I put myself in the main title picture there for the WWE Championship, and I think you get booked more there, and that actually I kind of had a random rivalry come out of that. It put me in an 8-man battle royale with the other guys that were in that same division, and it came down to me and Seth Rollins as the last two in that battle royale, and I ended up eliminating him and winning. And then the following week on Raw, I fought Seth one-on-one, and we had this crazy match and stealing finishers and stuff, and I won. And then I fought him again on the following week on Raw, which was cool. I didn't have any rival reactions for those at all, sadly, but it was just cool because, you know, if you're gonna have fun in this, you gotta use your imagination a little bit. So you gotta kind of make it up in your head, like, oh, okay, yeah, me and Seth we're having a rivalry here. And then the next pay per view was Elimination Chamber, and so I was in the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship, and it came down to me and Seth as the final two, and I beat him and won the WWE Championship, which is it's just really cool. So I'm actually having fun in this universe, playing that type of way, taking my guy through it. I haven't really got to dive into the universe mode where I'm going to play every match. That's that's really kind of overwhelming up front. The gameplay is fun in this game, but yeah, if you're doing one-on-one matches over and over again, it can get a little boring. So again, this match table can help spice it up a little bit, and then again, just take it and run with it. You know, this is just kind of, I just wanted to make it realistic and off the actual product, but take it and run with it and add match types that you would want to see on Raw and that you would want to play on Raw. Um, and also feel free to take out those matches that you probably will end up hating, like an 8-man tag team match or the 4-way tornado tag, uh, you know, match with 8 people running around. It's chaos, and it's fun to watch the AI try to get through it. But man, when you've been playing it for 40 minutes, it's rough. So I hope this helps you guys have more fun in this universe mode. That's what we're all about. We just want to have fun. I don't want to have to manually book my shows and make it fun. Just give me a fun game. So hopefully this helps. If you want to see any other videos on universe mode, again, I've been in universe mode for so many hours in this game, and even in last year's game, trying to figure this out. So if I can help in any other way, let me know. I could, if you want to see any other videos on my gameplay settings, I feel like I've set up my settings to be fun, and kind of more arcadey, but also if you play on Legend, you probably know that you have to use like 5 finishers. I figured out how to make 2 or 3, finally put them down. Um, or even just a video about how to get more out of showcase mode. I know it's like you can play through it in like 3 hours and then never play it again. Um, I've kind of found a way to make that more fun, and just to kind of extend the life of that. Or if you want to see anything else, just let me know. I appreciate all the views, and again, I just want to help y'all out. I'm just one of you. I just want to have fun in universe mode. I want to play this game for more than like 2 or 3 months after launch. I want to play it year round. So I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.